Imagine taking your child to the dentist for a routine visit just for them to leave out in a body bag. Let's get into the video.
A Fort Worth dentist is in jail after a 4-year-old girl died during a dental procedure. An arrest affidavit details multiple.
This is in Fort Worth, Texas. A dentist obviously gave the 4-year-old child too much sedatives just for them to pass away. I don't know. I know a little bit about that field to where it's a certain dosage that they give a person based on their age and weight. So for you to overdo it on a 4-year-old child is just insane. And I feel very bad for the parents to have to bury their 4-year-old.
Mistakes, starting with a lethal combination of medications given to the child. Fox 4's Lori Brown, live in Fort Worth with the story. Lori.
Clarice, the arrest affidavit for Dr. Chriselle Hemphill shows that the amount of pain medication given to the 4-year-old little girl would have been toxic even for an adult. And
now that's crazy that she gave the child so much sedatives that it would have been lethal for an adult. So, like, how do you make that type of mistake as a dentist? I'm quite sure that wasn't her first procedure. So how do you make that type of mistake as a dentist is just crazy.
And the doctor then tried to give her a drug to reverse the effects, and it was the wrong kind of medication.
Oh wow, so she's seen, I guess, that the amount of drugs she gave her was lethal. Then she turned around and tried to give her another drug to reverse it, which is just insanely crazy because the amount of drugs she already gave her, again, was lethal for an adult. So to pack on another drug on top of that is crazy. Like, you don't know the side effects of that other drug. You don't know the side effects of when the drugs mix or anything. But to just try to reverse the situation by throwing another drug on top of that is just insanely crazy. And if I was the parents, I definitely would sue the piss out of them, to be honest. But like, even in suing and getting money from it, that still doesn't bring your 4-year-old daughter back.
From the outside, Cuddle Kids dental care looks like a caring and safe place for a child's dental procedure. But an arrest affidavit for the dentist, Dr. Chriselle Hemphill, describes reckless actions that ended a 4-year-old girl's life.
That's crazy. To be honest, she looks crazy, but of course you wouldn't think a person would make a mistake like that. And do we really call it a mistake? Because again, you seen, like the newscaster just said, that the amount she gave the little girl was even lethal for an adult. So for you to give that to a kid, like, how did you determine, or why did you even want to give that amount to any human, to be honest? So to be honest, it's really not even a mistake. It's just crazy that she would even do that in the first place.
Aitana Arriaga was getting a procedure done on her tongue April 1st. According to the affidavit, Dr. Hemphill gave Aitana a clear liquid medicine in a red cup. Aitana didn't like the taste, but Dr. Hemphill encouraged her to drink all of it. She then took the child back for the procedure, but told her mom that she was not allowed in the room.
Now that's also a red flag, because usually, especially with kids like that, like going to dentist appointments and appointments like that, like they allow the parent in the back at least. So for her to give her a liquid, tell her to drink it all, and on top of that, tell the parent that they're not allowed in the back, that's a red flag, and that's crazy. Like, I know it's a lot of crazy people out here in the world, but that's crazy. And she's definitely one of them. Because again, for you to give that to a 4-year-old is insanely crazy. Like, these people are going to have to start doing mental evaluations on these people that they hire. Because, like, it's a lot of crazy people. It's a lot of mentally ill people out here in this world that have bad intentions.
In that procedure, anesthesia was provided to the 4-year-old. When the procedure was done, as they were attempting to wake her up from the procedure, she was unresponsive.
A temp dentist came in to assist with CPR. Paramedics arrived and took Aitana to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. According to the medical examiner, Aitana was given a powerful opioid pain medication called meperidine. The amount in her system was double the amount one would give to an adult.
That's crazy. Again, they said the amount that the little girl had in her system was double the amount that you would give to an adult. Like, that is insanely, like, mind-baffling. Because, again, how do you give that to a little child? How do you give that to any human being at all? So, again, there's no way you can say that's a mistake. Because like they said, that's even, the amount she got was even lethal to an adult. So how do you give that to a little child? Crazy.
On top of that, according to an expert cited in the affidavit, they performed chest compressions and used a defibrillator for a heart that hadn't stopped. According to the board-certified anesthesiologist interviewed, she needed an open airway, head tilt, jaw lift, stimulation, and Narcan to reverse the respirator depressant effects. Instead, they gave her flumazenil, which reverses drugs she wasn't given.
That's crazy. And again, like on top of giving her the lethal amount of sedatives for the dental procedure, she tried to reverse it by giving her another drug. Like, if you know anything about drugs, or if you've been to the doctor or anything, they tell you to don't take, like, if they give you multiple drugs to take, they tell you, one of the first things they tell you is to don't take them at the same time, or take them hours apart from each other. Because again, you don't know how somebody's body is going to deal with if you take 2 drugs, you don't know how their body is going to deal with that. And again, you don't know the side effects of 2 drugs, especially when mixed. So that's one of the first things that they tell you. So for this dentist, who I'm quite sure have been through countless years of schooling to try to reverse a procedure by giving them drugs, especially a 4-year-old who, like, you got to think a 4-year-old is probably like I'll probably say like 40, 50 pounds. So that's small. So to give them double the amount of drugs that an adult would presume as lethal, on top of that, to give them another drug is stupidly crazy.
Dr. Hempel was located Wednesday and charged with reckless injury to a child. Officer Brad Perez with the Fort Worth Police Department says an important part of this is what Aitana's mother should have been allowed to do. A reminder for parents to know their rights.
The one thing that I would suggest, or strongly suggest, is to make certain that if you feel you want to be there when your child is undergoing a procedure or so forth, then assist on that. Because I believe that this mother was wanting to check on this child, but was unable to do so while the procedure occurred.
Like, that's an insanely crazy story. And my heart definitely goes out to the parents, because, again, to take your child to a dental procedure and to have to basically bury her because of these incompetent dentists that you would think, since they had a lot of schooling, they would know exactly what they're doing. It's just crazy. So the update was Dr. Chriselle Hemphill, she's 48, was arrested outside her dental office on Wednesday. She is now facing a felony charge of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury. But, which is the craziest thing I've seen, it also says that a day after her arrest, Hemphill posted bail on a $10,000 bond. So that's all of a bond that she gets? Like, that's weird. Like, again, I understand that she's facing felony charges, but you would think that bond would be way higher than the bond that they gave her. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about the story in the comment section. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you.